Alrighty, folks, that's right. This is Fanatics and the Fan. Welcome back. We survived. What a great weekend it was. Of course, I'm Hawk, Adam, Keisha, Brandon, and my favorite news person, Liz. Wow, we're going to have a great show for you. I don't even know where to start. You guys survived Visioncon weekend.
Brandon looks like he didn't really survive. He looks more like he clawed his way from the depths.
I'm actually surprised we have Brandon. We've got so much stuff to cover right now with Visioncon. But of course, we're going to get right into the news. A lot of things have happened. Before we do that, our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family. We hope for the best for both Kevin Smith as well as Stanley, but we need you guys to get better as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
What do you got for me, Liz? Am I gonna like any of this?
What are your views on the librarians?
Well,
yes.
Well, then Adam's not going to like this one because it's been canceled.
Yes!
Officially canceled by TNT. I actually pulled a tweet from David Delvin himself, the creator. Just got the official call. TNT has canceled the librarians. I will immediately begin the process of trying to move the show elsewhere. Please keep your fingers crossed for us.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a comment about the possibility of a movie? Another movie?
I don't know about. I don't really follow the librarians, but I did read this article and I didn't see anything about it. I just know that he is trying to keep it going. And this is a cancellation on season 4, so I mean it would be a good time for a movie, I guess. It's more than we got with Firefly,
it's
for sure.
It's a family-friendly, exciting, adventurous, almost Indiana Jones-ish, but with magic type of things. I mean,
and
it's
there's
a good
like
show.
fairly big name actors in it
Well,
too,
the guy
right?
from ER, yeah.
Oh, the guy from ER.
Actually, what's weird is
Rebecca Stamos?
Romaine?
Yes.
That too.
And they are awful. I'm sorry, but they're just awful together. I have no idea why.
Well, that's not like an on-screen
everybody has talent on that show, and yet on that show they're all awful.
I disagree.
Yeah, well, you also like Doctor Who, so.
Oh, that's a fight right
Ladies
there.
and gentlemen, he just insulted billions of people.
I did.
We're gonna have a
I
tussle.
will say I do love Doctor Who fans. I love me some Doctor Who fans.
Because we're nuts.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
I barely got past season 1, so I can't say anything.
He also.
What's that?
The Joker. There's going to be a new Joker film. Joker, Todd Phillips' origin film to portray Batman villain as a failed 80s comedian. So basically pulling from the Killing Joke storyline is like the basis of it, where he just goes nuts after his family dies, and he's a failed comedian.
So how do you
Yeah.
feel about them rewriting the Joker of all characters?
I mean, how many times have they rewritten the Joker?
I don't feel like they've ever rewritten him as much as they've re-envisioned him.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as this is. There's no difference.
There's never been a complete origin story.
No.
There has never been a complete origin
There's
story.
not a
That's true.
single one.
I love what they do with the animated Jokers. They've never disappointed me with any of the animated Jokers, ever. This last one, well, you know.
I think it's less likely that an animated Joker would disappoint, though, because, I mean, you can
You
draw
do
exactly
anything.
how you're envisioning it, whereas a person is never going to be able to be that ideal.
Well, Heath was
Also,
fun.
he's not going to be able to rip someone else's
Heath was
face off and put it on.
Heath was as good as Mark Hamill, as far as I'm concerned.
I think there's a level of reality that you have to keep.
No, I mean,
I feel like they both want to kill me at the same time.
As for
Hear
the
the growl over
iconic
here.
voice, Mark Hamill is the Joker, but Heath Ledger, like on camera, my favorite. Yes, I mean Jack Nicholson was the original,
And he
He's
was
awesome,
different.
but he was different.
Right.
He was
But
more
there's
the
a ton of
gangster.
people that Jack Nicholson is the Joker. He's the ideal
Well,
Joker.
he was
What
the
they wanted
gangster
to try.
Joker. I mean, he came from the crime and all of that, but I think Heath Ledger, I mean, really brought it to life, and it's a shame that it's one of his last.
So then, what do you think Joaquin Phoenix is going to do with it?
Well,
Because
that's not
who is
We're,
the player.
we're actually literally going to move on to the next article.
Let's get an ask
Oh,
about- okay.
but also Phillips is working with Scorsese on the film.
And see, you can't really go
With
wrong with
Joaquin
Martin,
Phoenix.
but,
he did play Johnny Cash.
That's
so
true.
you can-
But I like Joaquin Phoenix. I have yet to see him in something that I just absolutely hated. It is Batman, though, and we all know my opinion on Batman,
Maybe they'll cover up his hair.
which is low. Maybe.
what's next, Liz?
Next, we have news that this is from the mouth of Carl Urban, everyone. Dredd was actually directed by Alexander Garland. Says,
Yeah, I saw that article.
do you want to read the quote where he actually says it?
I loved what they did with Dredd, how they re-envisioned Dredd. I was looking forward to seeing more. I felt like it was better than the original. I really did.
You mean
I-
Stallone?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot better than the Stallone.
Everything's better than the Stallone version.
Ouch.
I mean, there's got to be something there to what Stallone did because it was good enough for them to want to do another one.
I'm gonna do the
Totally
judgment.
No, that's not why they. It's not why they did another one. They did another
I
one
was trying to give him. I was trying to give you a little bit of credit, and they're not letting me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dread.
Now the
Carl
comic, I know that the remake was more based on the comic, and they wanted to really push.
Yeah,
the
that
comic
was the
and-
whole thing. Like
Yeah.
every fan was like, "Yeah, Carl Urban was the perfect Dread."
He was. He
Okay.
really was.
But Dread is just to me not really a compelling character anyway.
He's.
I think Carl Urban's Jaw did a very strong job. Very good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon. You can't do Dread other than in the comic because they'll do anything in a comic on camera. They have to restrain themselves.
Dread is more of a reflection on outside of the character than it is an introspective look at the character.
Right.
And so, yeah, for most, just in a 2-hour movie, you're not getting enough out of that. They got to really shove a whole lot of other characters in there to make you feel like
Exactly.
it's a good movie. But the comics do a much better job of that.
What you got?
Arrow, Nis Al Ghul. Nis Al Ghul returns in the Thanatos Guild preview. And she apparently is going to change some stuff around. Because a quote from the executive producers that was released earlier this year said, "In an unforgettable episode that will change Arrow forever,
Let's
Katrina
hope so.
Law, who played her originally, so
Right,
it's the same
right.
actress, Katrina Law returns as the daughter of the demon Nissa Al Ghul. Nissa comes back to Star City to warn of an impending danger that will threaten everything we know and love."
Okay, so first of all, before we even delve in, everybody caught up on Arrow?
Negative.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of the first season.
I'm about
Okay.
with Adam on that
So-
one.
That's about all you need to know because everything goes back to that first
How
episode anyway.
bad it is right now. Is she going to help save, rescue?
What I think,
Because
it's not
awful.
It's not season 3 bad.
Is it
It's
season 1
evened
bad?
out. No.
well, see, season one was the
slow.
best.
The rest of the article did say that it's not really going to focus on anyone but Thea. Like the whole warning is mostly for Thea.
The character that no one wants there in the
digest
first
that.
place.
Yeah.
Literally, the character does not
She
belong
got
there.
way better after season 1.
And then she got worse again.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know why she's there now. Her character is a non-issue right now. She's
Same
had
reason why they can't get rid of
She has
Katie
had what-
Cassidy or
she had
anybody
what 10
else.
minutes this last episode that
Okay,
was
but how many
important.
times has Laurel died?
Yeah, exactly.
I am so sick of it.
You know
I'm
that
tired of
Oh, I am so
And is
sick.
Sarah currently alive or not? She's on
Yeah,
She's
Legends.
on
alive.
Legends.
She's on Legends,
Okay,
yeah.
so that means she obviously has to come back if she and Nissa are still like kind of the thing.
I don't think so.
God no, I am so over that.
I think
matter of fact,
Sarah's
kill off
taking
that
herself out of
entire
that timeline as best as she
family.
can.
Who was in folks that ate all the families? Call them people. Get rid of the entire Lance family.
They've
can
tried.
go
They've
away.
killed every single one of them at least once.
Let's call the Dahmer family and
They
put them
haven't
into
killed-
have them
killed,
have dinner with the Lance family.
No, but that's going to be the one that actually stays dead if
Yeah,
they do kill
because
him.
it'll be emotional. It'll be worth that.
Although I do like the actor that plays Detective Lance. I love
Paul
'cause
Blackthorne, yeah.
I love his name. Like, you know what? Can just call the show Blackthorne, and I'd be happy.
Blackthorn.
That's an awesome name, right?
The
Okay.
best
He's
thing
also
that happened
very
to Arrow
British.
Was the Flash?
He is.
The best thing that happened to Arrow was the Flash.
Every time the
Yeah,
Flash.
but then the Flash happened to itself, and it's just
Well, no, Adam's not wrong. When the Flash comes to Arrow, he does improve the show every
Watch
time.
the crossover.
I like the last crossover. The one before it was awful, but
Last
Invasion was terrible. The wedding one wasn't as bad as it could have been. It'd be crossed over 4 shows, though.
The Legends one was the best one. That's just because of the Martin.
Yeah, the death.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right. What's next?
this is actually our last one, and this is our shortest one because it is just very point of fact. Nintendo Switch trounces PlayStation 4 debut in Japan on its debut year, selling over 3.8 million units as opposed to PlayStation's 1.1 million.
They must not know what real gaming is.
The love behind the Switch. You have
I
one.
absolutely love my Switch. Absolutely love it.
More than your PlayStation?
Is it because you can like be playing it and then you go play basketball? Is that what it is? And then-
Yes, because I play basketball and no, it's really more just I like the games. I've always been a Nintendo fan. That's what I cut my teeth on, and so it's always been fun. I've got Mario, I've got Zelda. I can't wait for Smash to come out coming soon. So
2 of the 3 only titles that Nintendo can really put any money into.
But there's going to be a lot more third-party support coming in. Actually, they're working with Microsoft now. There's some behind-the-doors deals that they're looking at. So
does that mean there's going to be a new Switch that everybody has?
No. They already said they are not putting out a new Switch like they did with the DSs when they had the Mini and Micro. They're giving Switch like a 3-year.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Switch just a giant DS?
A little bit.
I mean,
a little bit.
I love
Wow.
the entire concept of the Switch is actually really cool. The system itself is not even that complicated, like they normally do when you get something brand new. Like when the Xbox One came out over the Xbox 360, it was very confusing for them people to learn initially.
Right, because it's a whole console.
Right. So there's not a whole lot of learning value there. The only issues that I've had is that screen, which you have with tablets, cell phones, everything else, because it's next to impossible to replace.
But you also don't have to use the screen. It has a docking where you can plug it into the TV. And
says the man that has no kids.
No, it's not as
And doesn't-
powerful as either 2 of the other consoles. No, it's not got the same game library yet. But it's got your classics and favorites. You're going to have Metroid coming out here soon. With Smash coming out, you've got Mario Kart. I mean,
What game do you want to
All
see?
the ones that all of those people who already own it own because they own a Wii.
What games do you want to see on this?
And
No,
GameCubes
nobody
and
owns
everything
Wii.
else.
No, nobody owns Wii anymore.
They've already
Everybody still owns their Wii. It's
The
just
one
under
thing
their
that
cabinet.
saved
It's
the
a
Wii
book-
was you
it's a
could
book
fish.
in now
You could
for
fish as
everybody.
Link. That's
That
what
and
saved
the
the Wii.
grandparents use it.
So what's Switch going to
And
do?
bowling.
Can you fish with the Switch?
You could actually do. It has motion control
Yeah?
in
Yeah.
the Switch controller.
That's the reason I bought a Wii, so I could fish.
What game do you hope they could make on the Switch?
They're already making them all.
What-
Metroid's one of my absolute favorite games ever, and so the fact that we're getting 2 Metroid games in the next year is going to be absolutely amazing. And that's one of my favorite Nintendo titles. But I mean, that's the only ones I want to see are the classic Nintendo titles on the Switch. I want to see the Marios. I want to see the Zeldas.
What's your favorite classic like before you were born game? It's turned off.
It's called Crystal's Ponytail. It's an old Sega game. You get this unicorn, and you can like customize your unicorn, and then you have to go all the way through your unicorn kingdom and rescue all your friends who have been like hidden away in other things by this evil witch. And then you have to go through this cave, and you have to fight in Crystal Cave to defeat the witch, and then you and all of your pony friends get to go up to Pony Utopia, which is essentially
my
heaven.
God.
It's a great game. It takes like 30 minutes to do the whole thing.
I got you beat. ET Extraterrestrial on
Oh
the
my
Atari.
God!
On the Atari.
Oh my God!
Never mind. They need to make the Clay Fighter. Then the new Clay Fighter. I want that. That was an awesome game on the Nintendo. That was one of my favorites.
I don't mind on the Atari. Don't judge me. I loved Joust. I would sit there for hours. It was so simple.
You like the Red Hot?
I was gonna say.
Pitfall.
I was literally getting ready to say Pitfall.
Yeah.
Complete remake
How many
or
times did you fall down and you had to fall the right time and go left, right, left, right?
or
made
even
the-
Dragon's Lair. I would love to see Dragon's Lair now, but
Tell when you're the youngest on a panel, because I have no fucking clue
How
what's
is it
going
that
on.
Pitfall was never made into a movie? I realize it became Lara Croft, but how is it that Pitfall was never made into a movie?
And I know the next thing
We
he's
have
going to
two Laura
say.
Crofts.
So we're actually going to step away, folks. When we come back, you're going to see some changes. We're going to invite some guests. We're going to talk about Visioncon right after this.
Comic Force, Branson's destination comic and game shop. Comic Force, located in the shops at Branson Meadows.
Hey, this is Dave DeSmulch, and you're at Planet Comic-Con Kansas City, and you are listening to Fanatics and the Fan. Thanks for tuning in.
And folks, we are back. Of course, this is Fanatics and the Fan, kind of a Visioncon wrap-up show. But we brought special guests in to talk about Visioncon because they enjoyed their very first Visioncon this year. One of the Visioncon sponsors this year.
Oh, yes, yeah. One of our
the beautiful, wonderful ladies of Branson After-hours. You've got Becky and Beth. Although there's more of you. You guys multiply sometimes.
We have a team.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us.
A
So.
horde. It's like Game of Thrones. It's another horde.
Wait, what?
Horde.
Okay,
Duh.
You need to enunciate a
Duh.
little better.
We should call it a gaggle.
There needs to be, like a term. Horde, I think is appropriate.
Horde.
And they're actually somewhat of nerdy. You're a movie nerd and you're a horror nerd, if I'm correct.
I mean,
There's the horde.
a little bit of everything.
I said
dabble.
horror.
I dabble in a little bit of everything.
But as Branson After-hours first Visioncon, how did it go for you guys?
I had a great time. We actually had a booth that was there at the very entrance, so we could kind of greet people and let them know what Branson After-hours was. We dressed up both the days. Like, we were all in for, like, everything, even when, what was I? I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. I was Catwoman on the first day and Black Widow on the second day.
I think you were Becky.
I am Becky. I'm always Becky.
Which was pretty similar,
Yeah,
but
they are.
Lots of tight clothing.
Well,
Same thing.
it's like, there are two different black outfits that I have to wear. They're not the same. They're different. It's fine. It's fine. And you were what?
I got to be Poison Ivy the first day, and then the second day I went as Pennywise.
Now you're also the costumer of the crew. You're the
Yeah.
one that
Because
makes them
because I do burlesque, and then I also do a lot of theater stuff, and I make them dress up and I make them have fun. I got to cut Becky's face open, which was super fun.
Yeah, that was
Well,
awesome.
it heals nicely.
I know. That was good. I look nice now, didn't I?
Now, and you went to because Branson After-hours had you guys sponsored both of the after.
Well, we had the official after party.
Branson After-hours and the Paddleville sponsored our two after-hours parties. So on the first night was the Fright Night.
Right, which you went to.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was awesome.
You dressed up, if I'm not mistaken.
Bioshock Splicer. Yes.
And you were in the you guys even had a costume contest.
We did. We gave away prizes.
So it was,
I totally didn't win that one.
No,
I'm
we
not
had a lot of
which
awesome
actually your
outfits,
costume was
too.
pretty good though.
I appreciate that. No, the people that did win actually absolutely deserved it. The girl.
She was from an anime.
Yes. I can't remember which one now.
I don't know. She cursed in her name though.
Yeah.
And we had Gamora. She was painted
Gamora,
green.
which is
Yes.
from
Gamora.
Enchanted Graving, one of our other great sponsors. Enchanted Graving, we love you guys. You do a lot of great work for us. But so the Branson After-hours brought you a great sponsor and a bunch of great stuff because it was also the wheel of inebriation to these ladies.
Yes.
So basically, they were okay with getting drunk for you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what we. At Branson After-hours, that is what we actually do. We show you what is happening fun, the nightlife in Branson. So we kind of take that around, and so it was kind of a really good fit to be in charge of the nightlife for VisionCon. So I think that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really well. The Branson Loop actually took people from the convention center over to the paddle wheel and back, so you didn't have to drive while you were drinking. And I heard a lot of just rave. This is so much fun, and thank you so much for doing this. So yeah, it was a good success.
I'd never seen a wheel of inebriation before. That was my first time. And, oh my goodness, there were lots of penises. Lots and lots and lots of penises.
The more liquor, the more penises.
Yeah.
And I will point out what's great about that is every year that they what's great about penises. Stop.
That's what's great about that.
Every year, everything that they create is auctioned off the next year, and it all goes towards charity. So while they're drawing their penises, they walk around and they say, "Who wants to bid on this from last year?" And the artists sign it. So it's a really really good event.
So speaking of penises, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys actually did an interview with Casper Van Dien.
Yeah.
You guys will understand later why that is important.
It is important because you did what, Beth?
So I got Casper Van Dien to talk about 10 minutes about his penis. He even sang a song. It was quite pleasant.
We brought up the fact that he was Tarzan, and we were talking about what he was wearing.
And
He
then
was.
we started talking about it flopping around. Well, he started talking about that, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to carry this conversation on for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Did he say something about they had to tape it down, or what was it?
Yeah,
I think that's what it
yeah.
was.
He was
It-
like, you have to
it
wrap
needed
it in
some
tape
support
and-
system.
and- yeah.
That's so.
And welcome to Casper Van Dien's penis.
So tell us a little, because you guys did an event. You guys did an event, even had an event last week, because you guys get involved with a lot of different things. Well, tell us about your event that was last week.
Oh, we're talking about the show fights. That is, okay, it's something that I'm only getting familiar with now, but there are fight clubs kind of like all over the place. There's like a Branson fight club and a Springfield fight club, and they all get together and punch each other.
It's not
a lot.
like the Fight Club where you don't talk about it because Brecky just broke the crap out of
No, like they said.
Actually, Becky thought that's what it was, okay?
It's like they meet down in the basement, they do some weird stuff.
No, they're legit. Like they get together and do their MMA fighting and beat each other up, and we were there. I bet. Last week we were doing that last week, and then we had an after party out of bucket list.
I wasn't there.
She wasn't there. Beth was missing.
I was doing magic.
Just breathing fire or something. It's fine.
I was there, and it was off the hook. We had Paralandra. They had Paralandra play, and off. Is this off the? Do I have to,
I don't know.
It just sounded very, very
old.
I'm 41, and I said off the hook.
It's about as good as Decker saying off the chain at Visioncon. That was great. Like, I've watched that clip over and over and over again. Love you, Mr. Decker, but
Beyond the fact that they're an amazing group of musicians, what blew me away, which was so cool, is the guitarist of the band is the father of the lead singer. So Dad gets to play with his little girl all over the place, and he can't even. Yeah, it's awesome.
You keep saying this sound awful. You know that?
Yeah. You guys were
Dad gets to
also.
play with his little girl all over the stage.
I have no control over my Fanatics, okay? So you guys also were the Ring Girls last night, yes?
No.
They
We
didn't
don't
do
get to
the
be ring girls.
Okay,
Yeah, we're not ring girls.
I thought that was kind of a dangerous
No.
idea. When they went out to
We
talk
actually use we take the ring girls usually wind up being Branson After-hours girls because one of our newest ring girls is Cody, or no, one of our newest
Branson After-hours.
After-hours girls is Cody. So I think we just keep pulling from the pool of ring girls.
And we took her from the last show fight.
Yeah.
And you guys have something huge coming up in the very near future, am I correct?
Schmooze and booze, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which I
that's-
still love. Every time you say the name, I just get out all happy.
I actually came up with
It's
that
a great
name.
name.
It is, that's
That is my name. I came up with that name.
We're having a great giant party at the end of March to bring together like all of the nightlife of Branson so they can all meet each other because sometimes they don't. They're running their own bars and they are their own bands and we're pulling them all together for an evening.
Yeah.
So, when is Smoosh and Booze?
March 29th.
March 29th. So,
You put me on the spot there. I think I know the answer. It's a Thursday because that's a great night when people hopefully don't have too much going on.
and where is it at?
It is going to be at the Main Street Event Center, which is actually out in Branson. It's connected with the Paddle Wheel, also the sponsors of Visioncon.
Right.
And basically it's like a just giant floating room. Pretty cool, on the lake.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it because, like I said, with Branson, there's not like a huge nightlife like thing,
Right.
and so to be able to bring bands to bar owners, I think is going to be super cool because it's the same bands all the time that you always see in Branson, and we want to bring more bands from around the area.
Now, you were mentioning that Paddle Wheel is also a sponsor of Visioncon, which I think it's their first year doing that.
They did some work with us, some charity work with us last year, but yeah, this is their first year full sponsor.
But this was also Branson After-hours' first year. Now, this wasn't you two's first year, but it was your first year as Branson After-hours girls. What made it a little bit different for you? It was a different kind of experience. What was? Give me some. Other than Casper talking about his private parts, what did you guys experience?
I did a lot more drinking this year, I think. Just because I was normally associated with like another business, because I think we've already mentioned that, but I also work for the IMAX. When I'm typically working with them, I don't do nearly as much drinking, so there was a lot of that going on.
We got to drink at the booth. That was cool, like because that's what we're about.
But that's our thing. Yeah, so we were fine with that, and we had a good time. I had a lot of fun. Oh, my favorite part was actually just watching Beth because she applied all of that the makeup on me while we were at the booth, and I was still dressed up as Catwoman, like getting my face like slashed across from here to here. That was pretty cool. I like that.
It was really funny to have like groups of people come up to our booth because we were like Facebook living while I was doing her makeup.
Yeah, and I didn't know that stuff stinks so bad.
and we also got to do, Fanatics and the Fan did a great deal of the live updates on Visioncon, which I absolutely enjoyed. We had so much fun. Casper came on, Eric Moran, Eric the Smoke Moran. We actually did a lot of Facebook updates. Andy Field loved him. Mm-hmm. As a president, do you even experience Visioncon, or is it completely different?
It's a lot of moments because I can't stay in one space for too long. But I did have one awesome moment. Yeah.
Just for those of you that are up to date on Jessica Jones this week, this is actually the wizard right here.
But
they'll get that. They'll understand.
But yeah, no. My favorite moment probably was when they had Casper with all the people who did the armor building, and they're taking the pictures.
On Facebook Live.
And he got everybody to yell "Rico's Roughnecks," and that was a great moment. Absolutely great moment. That's probably my favorite.
And I've watched Bruce's builds before. They are a lot smaller scale. That was amazing.
Bruce did an amazing job. We loved having him. We can't wait to do more work with him more in the future.
Bruce Holt, because he brought everything you possibly need for everybody to build, and we're talking thousands of pieces of foam and everything. He showed me his trailer, which was a huge trailer packed to the hilt.
Bruce is a friend of the show, and he will be on our show soon. Great job, Bruce. Adam, you're also a part of staff, so you don't experience Visioncon like a condo. It's a little bit different.
I always say, I mean, kind of like Brandon. Everybody's like, Adam, we need this. Adam, we need that. And I'm usually running around with my head cut off. But this year,
so normal.
Yeah. But this year I was able to relax just a little bit and take my kids around the vendor floor, which is awesome. You know, the way their eyes light up and then they want to buy everything and I have to tell them no and all of that. But
did everybody get to experience at least one panel or do a panel or anything like that?
I watched your guys' panel.
The Fanatics and Fan panel. That was you guys saw that last week. I literally love my production crew, my Fanatics. Everybody was involved in last show. It was amazing. But did you go to the veterans panel?
No.
This year, for those of you who didn't know, this year Fanatics and the Fan joined together with Visioncon, and we did a veterans panel because a great deal of the guests this year were veterans, and it was a lot of fun to share those moments with those guys and show our love for the armed forces and for Andy Field, who actually is an active member. Everybody else were no longer active, but that was a great deal of fun.
It was with Andy, Gary.
That was Andy, Gary Cassell, some smoke. You got to say it like the smoke. So it was a lot of fun, and it was a packed house. The idea behind the panels, you technically love them, even though you have nothing to do with them, because someone else does it.
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't have anything to do with them. It's actually the department that I'm over the most, and it's always fun because it's all community curated. I mean, it's all our fans, it's all people who come. It's a personal thing.
So, Branson After-hours could do a panel on just drinking.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
The best eyes were like, really?
Yes, say that. I'm not gonna teach you some things.
So to let everybody know who's out there, if you do have a skill and that you've thought, hey, it'd always be cool to do a panel at Visioncon, just contact us because we can make it happen for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you've got next year's dates already.
Oh yeah, we are March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So we're moving into March a little bit so we can get some more use out of the Expo Center. So we're very excited.
That's March 8th, 9th, 10th, Branson Convention Center. Schmooze and Booze is
March 29th.
March 29th with Branson After-hours girls. And of course, when we come back, our next show, we have a very, very, very special guest. I'm so much looking forward to them. The girls from the the folks from the Kinky Cabaret are going to be here because they have a show coming up that they want to talk about. They're also really cool nerds too, so that's going to be an experience because they have fire breathers, and contortionists, and balancing people, and all kinds of crazy stuff that they're going to do.
Burlesque.
And burlesque as well. So you guys are going to have to check that out on our next show. So for Brandon and this guy here, and of course the Branson After-hours girls, and of course my news person Liz, I'm Hawk, and this is Fanatics and the Fan.
Comic Force, Branson's destination comic and game shop. Comic Force, located in the shops at Branson Meadows.